Donovan McNabb a Hall of Famer? That's just a foolish question in my opinion. See, this is the thing that I think McNabb is getting, confused. You got Hall of Famers and then you got first ballot Hall of Famers. I don't believe he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was just eligible in 2017. He got to wait his turn. There's a couple people who I don't think should go before him. I don't think Tony Romo should go into the Hall of Fame before Donovan McNabb. For obvious reasons. Tony Romo never even played in the conference game. Now I'm talking all facts. I know a couple people gonna get emotional by what I'm saying. They even gonna get emotional at the fact that I'm wearing the Super Bowl hat from, the modern era. That's just the facts of the beast. I don't think Phillip Rivers should go into the Hall of Fame before Donovan McNabb, but these two people probably will. That's just what it is. The Hall of Fame is a very fickle popularity contest, but at the end of the day, certain people deserve to get in, and I believe certain people should get in. Now, you gotta understand certain things. Somebody asked me a question today on one of my live feeds. Well, not even a question. They made a statement that I totally disagree with. They said that Phillip Rivers has had a better career than Eli Manning. Where is this at? Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls. I understand we Eagles fans and we may not like this, that, and the third. Eli Manning is a Super Bowl champion. You got to deal with that, man. That's just what it is. So at the end of the day, has Phillip Rivers had a better career than Eli Manning? No. Has Phillip Rivers had a better career than Donovan McNabb? I mean, the stats are probably better. No. Is Donovan McNabb's stats better than Troy Aikman? Yes. But what is Troy Aikman? A Super Bowl champion. Multiple-time Super Bowl champion. So that right there cancels that out right there, man. I'm sorry, man. I love Donovan McNabb to death. I believe Donovan McNabb will get in, but Donovan McNabb is not first ballot juice. I need to shut that damn dog up. Now let's get into this whiteboard. Now I got something for you real quick. Every now and then I gotta Vanna White you. I got an AEIOUU. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this board that I got right here basically tells me that we need another defensive lineman. Okay, so I've broken this down into categories of all the defensive linemen. You got strength, you got speed, you got IQ, you got run stopping ability, and you got one-on-one ability. Now we're gonna talk about IQ for a minute. IQ is basically like how well do you do with not getting called offsides or not lining up in the neutral zone infraction, stuff like that. That's what I mean by IQ. And let's get into it. So we got Cox pause. Fletcher Cox strength, come on, man, it's a 10. Fletcher Cox is a goddamn ox out there. Fletcher Cox speed at the position is a 9. One of the bigger and faster guys in the game, kind of like a Aaron Donald-esque player. Fletcher Cox IQ 10. We've seen Fletcher Cox kind of getting into Jalen Mills about, calm down, we got the ball, let's not give them extra yardage. So he's a leader, IQ a 10. Run stop, I got to give Fletcher Cox a 9. That's probably one of the only places where I think he can improve a little bit more to make him a 10 there as well. Fletcher Cox one-on-one, he has an array of moves, 10. Fletcher Cox cannot be played one-on-one. Fletcher Cox demands a double team, so you get an automatic 10 right there. Now let's go to Malik Jackson, the guy who primarily be playing next to Fletcher Cox. Strength, I'll give him a 9 right there. Speed, 8. Could get a little faster. IQ, I'm going to go with 7. Now, we got to remember, he was benched when he came from Jacksonville. So being as though he was benched, it had to be something there. So IQ, I'll give him a 7. I'm not saying it got to be something IQ-wise, but it was something he wasn't doing right. Run stop, I'll give him an 8. One-on-one, I'll give him an 8 there. I'll give him a 40. Taps out of the 40. Vinny Curry, man. Now, Vinny Curry, a lot of people don't know this, is really an outside guy. Vinny Curry is listed, as our depth chart says today, as the backup to Barnett, but we'll get to him in a minute. But Vinny Curry can play on the inside. Vinny Curry, 10 for strength. Vinny Curry strong, man. He's always been strong. Vinny Curry speed, 8. IQ, 8. Vinny Curry run stop, a 9. One-on-one, Vinny Curry, 8. He'll max out at a 43 right there. Now, Tim Jernigan. Tim Jernigan has been somewhat of a disappointment since he got his contract. He's been banged up, though, so we're not going to say it's all on his play. But Tim Jernigan, one of our interior guys, who will be primarily backing up either Malik Jackson or Fletcher Cox. Strength, I got to give him an 8. Speed, I got to give him a 7. IQ, I got to give him an 8. I believe he's smarter than what the plays show. Run stop, I got to give him I give him an 8 for that. And one-on-one, I got to give him a 7. That's the lowest on the line right now. The reason why I give him a 7 for one-on-one, because during those time periods when Fletcher Cox was demanding a double team, he wasn't coming off and taking and maximizing off that capitalizing off those opportunities. So right there, I gotta say that's the weakest point of his game that I've seen so far. He caps out at a 38. Hassan Ridgeway. We don't know much about Hassan Ridgeway. He could be a wild card and he could be a star in his rotational front, man. He's not asked to do a lot but come in and just bring fresh energy to the game. Strength, I give him an 8. He's a big boy. Speed, 7. IQ, 7. Run stop, 7. One-on-one, 7. Caps out at a 36. I don't really know much about him. His stats aren't impressive. He's been in the league for a few years. This is kind of a rebound for him. Brandon Graham. Come on, Brandon Graham's a star. Brandon Graham, strength 9, speed 9, IQ 9, run stop 9, one-on-one 10. Brandon Graham has probably made the best one-on-one move in Eagles history with the strip sack of Tom Brady, so you can't argue with me there. Derek Barnett. I got Derek Barnett strength at a 9, speed at a 10. I believe Derek Barnett is the fastest person off of our line. IQ is 7. That's a really low hit for IQ. That's the lowest I've gave anybody. He lines up in a neutral zone way too much for me, man. Gets called for it a lot, man. And it's like on third downs, it's just horrible. Some just blow my mind. Sometimes he do it, but he's young. Run stop, I'll give him what I give Derek Barnett run stop? I gave him an 8 on that. One-on-one, I give him a 9. Really hard guy, really fast, really hard guy to keep tabs on one-on-one. Caps out at a 43. So what this shows me is this, that we are really strong in our outside guys. Vinny Curry, 43. Brandon Graham, 46. Derek Barnett, 43. Now we got 2 more outside guys, Sharif Miller and Josh Sweat. We don't know how much playing time either one of these guys is going to get, but everybody on this board, in my opinion, is projected to make the roster. I got Sweat down there and Miller down there with an asterisk next to their name because we just lost Chris Long, and somebody got to step up because Brandon Graham is going to need relief. It's got to come from one of these 2 guys, man. Hopefully we get some good things out of these guys, but they're outside guys. Look at our interior guys. Tim Jernigan got a lot to prove. Hassan Ridgeway got a lot to prove. Malik Jackson got a lot to prove. The only stud that I can say for sure we got on the inside is Fletcher Cox, and that's why I believe we need another lineman either way you get it. Now this is a scenario. Say you go after Jadeveon Clowney. You grab Jadeveon Clowney, you're able to then bring Vinny Curry into the middle because Vinny Curry could play inside and outside. I kind of see where they're going. Based off how I feel about our guys, we're weak in the inside. A lot of people saying we're set on a defensive line. We're not set on a defensive line. We're just really strong on the edge, and we just have a star in the middle. But when he comes out of the game, can we really count on Malik Jackson and Tim Jernigan to get constant pressure? You know what I'm saying? Or would you feel safer with Malik Jackson, Tim Jernigan, Hassan Ridgeway, and Vinny Curry, and you bring in another stud off the edge? Do we want to put too much pressure on Derek Barnett? Mind you, he's coming off of an injury. Are we going to ask Vinny Curry to play inside and outside? There's a lot of ways you could tackle this, but I believe all in all that one more defensive lineman is key, which is why we're being linked to so many defensive linemen once they come available. I believe we need to just go ahead and grab Ndamukong Suh. Go grab Ndamukong Suh. It wouldn't shock me at all if they grabbed Ndamukong Suh. That solidifies that middle. If you grab Ndamukong Suh, then Fletcher Cox and Ndamukong Suh will be starting off the game, and then you have a Malik Jackson, a Hassan Ridgeway, and Tim Jernigan bringing in relief and keeping everybody fresh. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles.